Hello everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you top 20 commands of Git. As almost 99% of the time you would be spending on these commands when you would be working in a Git project. So if you get a good understanding of these 20 commands, it will not only help you to work effectively in your projects, but also when you are going for any job interview, most of the questions are asked from these commands. Let me show you the list of these 20 commands. We will go through these commands one by one. And before you actually use any of these Git commands, here is the prerequisite. You should have Git installed on your local machine. Local machine can be your Linux or Windows machine. You should have, or somebody in your team should have should have GitHub account. And the GitHub repository should be created. This is the project repository where you would be storing all your files, project related files, which can be accessed by anyone from your team. Then you should have the SSH connection should be established between your local machine and the GitHub. So that connectivity should be there. Then only you would be able to, kind of pull files from GitHub repository and push file to GitHub repository from your local machine. All these steps I have explained in my previous video. I will share the link in the description section as well as will show as the card on the top of this video. All right. And to explain these commands, these 20 commands in an effective way, I have got two terminals. One, you can say one user is having black background and second user is having purple background. So let's start with our first command. Our first command is git config. This particular command helps in setting two things. One is your name and second is your email address, so that whenever you would be committing your changes and sending it to GitHub repository, so other people will get to know, okay, who exactly did that change. So your name and email address will go along with that change. And how exactly this command is set up, let me just show you quickly. Git config -- global user dot name, and I am giving name as cth user1. Second is git config -- global user dot email. This should be your email address. This is cth user1 @ cloudtoolhub.com. Here I have given name as cth user1 and the email address. Similarly, you require to mention your name and your email address. Just to see whether these parameters are set, the command is git config -- list. So this list command will show you all the variables that have been set up. So name and email that you can see. All right. So next command we would like to understand is git init command. This particular command is used to initialize any directory as a Git directory. If I do listing, I don't have any directory, but if I create any new directory, I will just use this command git practice, mkdir git practice. I do ls. Now I see this directory is present. I will go inside this directory. Nothing is there. ls - la. So this is an empty directory, and this is an empty directory and is a normal directory. If I would like to convert this directory into a Git directory, I can run this command git init. Just enter, and let me clear the screen now. If I do ls - la, now you see you will be finding one hidden directory as .git. So whichever directory is having .git as hidden directory, those are considered as the Git directory. So our first step is completed. We have made this normal directory as the Git directory. Next command I would like to show you is git remote command, which helps in setting up the details of your Git repository on your local machine. And how exactly that happened is git remote add origin And after that, you require the SSH URL of GitHub repository. For that, you need to go to GitHub. I would be using this repository, GitHub. And to get the SSH URL, I will click on this button and click SSH and click there. So it will automatically copy the URL. Now go to your terminal and enter. So what exactly we are trying to do is we are setting up the remote URL and saving it as origin as the alias. Just click enter. If you run command git remote, you will see like, okay, this alias has been created for this URL. But just to ensure whether this alias has correctly been configured for this URL, we can see this alias in detail using -v command. If you do that, you will see your alias origin name is this, and this is your GitHub repository path. And this can be used for fetch and can be used for push. Okay. Fetch means getting data from remote repository to local. Push means pushing data from your local to remote repository. Now, next command I would like to show you is pull command, which helps in getting the code from your remote repository to your local repository. If I do ls currently, this is empty. I don't have anything here. If I run this command git pull origin and main, enter. Now it will start pulling all the files from main branch into your local repository. Okay. If I do ls now, you see I have this particular file as file1.txt. Okay. Now there is one thing I would like to show you, though I would be explaining this command in detail at a later stage. But if you do git branch, it shows as master, whereas on our GitHub, this branch, main branch, is mentioned as main. So we see like there is a difference in the name. So this happened because Git by default create main branch as master. So what we can do is, and let me show you one more thing, git branch -v, git branch -a. Yeah, that's the one. So this shows me like, okay, remote branch is this one, whereas my local machine is having the name of the main branch as master. I can rename it. Okay, for that you require to run the command git branch -m, and since I am into the current branch, I just need to give the name, what name I want to have it. Now if I run this command git branch -a, now you see this has been updated as main. So now main and this remote main name are in sync. Okay, so that is the only thing you require to make a note. Let me just run the git clone command on other user machine. This I have. Let me show you ls. So this directory is empty. I don't have anything. So to run git clone command will get everything from your remote repository to your local repository. Git clone, and you need to give this URL, SSH URL, enter. If I do ls, I have this directory. So I don't require to manually create the directory. It has already created by itself with the name of the repository. If I do ls-la, this directory is already a Git directory, and the file that I received is file1. So this single command has done everything which I did earlier by running 3 to 4 commands. Okay. So this is the great benefit of running. If you would like to get everything from your remote repository to the local repository, just run this git clone and the GitHub repository URL. Okay. Now the next command, before that, let's switch back to our terminal. Let's clear this screen first by writing clear. Okay. Next command I would like to show you is git status command. Git status, and this is the most frequent used command. When you run this command, it tell you, okay, in which branch you are right now, and is there anything available on staging to commit, or anything is present in your working tree. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let us create one file. Let's create two files, file 2 and file 3. If I run git status again, it says that, okay, now you have two files, two untracked files. Since these are untracked files, so they are already right now present in my working tree. And if I run this command, git add and file name, now if I run this command again, you see it is showing me now that, okay, file 3 is present in your working tree, whereas new file color has been changed. It is green now. This file has been moved to your staging area and this is ready to be committed. Okay, so this is the purpose of a git status command. It will tell what all files are present in your working tree and in staging area. Okay. Next command I would like to show you is git add command, though this particular command I already run. So if you run this command using git add and file name, it will move one file. Whereas in case you would like to move multiple files, for that let's first create a few more files. File 3, file 4. Now let's run this git status. So okay, file 3 was already present, so file 5 I can say. In total, I have 3 files in working tree. So I can move all these files, or maybe let's say multiple files instead of all, using git add and start giving space and just enter. So what it will do is it will move these 2 files as well to your staging area. If I would like to move all the files, irrespective like how many files are present, I can simply run git add dot. So whatever the files, whether it's one file, there are 10 files, it will move all the files from working tree to staging area. So that is the command git add dot. And if I see through git status, I can see all the files are present right now in the staging area. Okay. Next command I would like to show you is git commit command. Here it says that, okay, changes to be committed. So whenever you would like to commit your changes to a particular branch, you require to use the command git commit. After that, you need to mention 2 things, -m and what is the message, like is there any message you would like to give for adding these files. So I'll say that, okay, this is 4 new files added. This is the message I am giving. And if I run the git status command, it is clean now. Okay, because these files are part of your main branch. Okay, and this is your commit ID, and it says that 4 files have been added. Okay, and just to see more details, we can use another command, that is git log. It will show all the commits that have been done, and we can see our latest commit is present at the top, and it has been done by cth user1. Email address is mentioned, when exactly that person did, and what is the message that is associated with that commit. So these details are we can get through git log command. And for git log, there are multiple variations. Let me show you the variations as well. Let's say there are 50 or hundreds of commits. So this screen will be, will be having so much of data that it would be hardly easy to understand. In case you would like to see only last or latest commit that has been done, you can use -1, git log -1. It will show you only one commit, the last commit which has happened. In case you want to see the last two commits, just do git log -2 and you will see last two commits. Now these are the additional information coming, and if everything you would like to see on one liner, so what you can do is, this is another variation of git log space hyphen hyphen one line, and it would be easy to kind of understand and see. So I know most of the time you would be using this git log hyphen hyphen one line. This is very handy command. So it show you the commit ID, which particular branch that commit happened, and what is the message that has been associated with that commit. Okay. Now the next command I would like to show you is git push command. See, whatever commit you have done so far, this has happened on your local machine. Whereas if I go to GitHub, do refresh, I still have this file one. I don't have those files, those 4 files which you have created. If I do ls, I see these 4 additional files, but these are not present. So for that, you require to push these files from your local machine to your remote repository. And to push whatever additional changes you have done, the command is git push origin and the branch. Enter. If I go to GitHub, refresh, now you see I have got these 4 files as well. Okay, so let's understand the next command, git fetch command. Okay, this is going to be very interesting command, and most of the questions, generally everybody asks a question on git fetch. So I would say that this is going to be very interesting concept. So I would request you to put complete attention on this. Let me first clear the screen. Let's do one thing. Let's go to other user machine, and from there, if you do ls, you have file 1. So you don't have those 4 files. It means your machine is not up to date as of now, whatever is there on the GitHub repository. GitHub is having 5 files. So if this other user wanted to understand if there is any change happened since the time that person has pulled the change, he can or she can try running this fetch command, git fetch origin main, enter. So what this has done is, now you see at the bottom it is showing the difference of commits. What does that mean is, we run this command git log, it is having only one commit information, whereas it is now saying that okay, there is another commit has also happened on GitHub repository, and there had been some changes. There are 4 changes, 4 objects have been changed. So what this git command has done, it already pulled these 4 files from GitHub repository, but those files are not here because it has not updated this project directory. For that, it is saying that since this is the difference, are you sure like you want to update it? If we are sure, then we can either run git merge. So what it does is it gets the file but doesn't merge into this commit on the local repository. For that, you require to run this git merge command explicitly. Then it will be equivalent to your pull operation which you did earlier. If I run this, now if I do ls, you see now I have got these 4 files as well. So git fetch and git merge, these are 2 different steps, but when you combine these 2 steps, it becomes git pull. Okay, so whatever these things you have done in 2 steps, you could have done in git pull origin main. So this would have updated it as well. Since it is up to date, so no further changes required. So the next command I am going to explain is git branch. For that, let us go to our user1 terminal. And the very first command I am going to write is git branch -a. Enter. This particular branch will show you on remote repository how many branches are there, on local also what are your branches. And this asterisk or star symbol, it explains what is your current branch. So right now I am onto my local and this is my current branch. So to create any new branch, the command is git branch and branch 1, you can say. Enter. Now if I run this command again, you see now I have got one more branch. Now what this creation of branch has done, it is more of a copy of this main branch. So whatever is there in main branch, all those files have come up into branch 1, so that the intention of creating the branch is you don't touch the main branch. You experiment and play with the code in your branch 1. If you are happy, then you can merge your changes to the main branch, so that there should not be having multiple wrong commits, and whatever code changes you are merging here, those are thoroughly tested. Okay, so next command I am going to show you is how to switch to another branch. For that, git checkout is the command, and right now I am into main branch. I would like to go to branch 1. I'll just say git checkout branch 1. It says that switch to branch 1. Still to know, I can run git branch as well. Okay, git branch -a show me all. Git branch will show me only my local branches. Okay, let me show you -a as well. Okay, so now I have branch 1 as well, and right now I'm into this branch. I'll do ls. I see all the files that were present in my main branch. I have all these files here as well. Okay, and in case you want to change or rename this branch, the command is git branch -m, your branch, existing branch, and whatever the name you want to give. Let's say I would like to give it to branch 2. Now if I run git branch, now this branch 1 has become branch 2 now. Okay, since I am into this branch already, so I can omit this part. So let me just rename it back, git branch -m. Since I am into branch 2 already, I will not I don't require to give the existing branch name. I can give, let's say, new name I want to give. Let's say make it 3. Okay, branch 2 to branch 3, I would like to give it a name. Enter. If you run again git branch, it says branch 3. So next I would like to show you how to delete these branches. The command to delete the branches is git branch -d. Enter. It says that you cannot delete this branch because you are already currently present into this branch. So if you would like to delete this branch, you need to come out of this branch. So let's first switch to main branch, git checkout and main. Now let me run this delete command, and it has deleted this branch tree. How to check it? Git branch. Now I don't have this branch 3 available. Okay, in this case, this particular branch as such, nothing we have done, only we created the copy and we deleted. Let's say this, we are creating new branch, git, let me clear this first, git branch branch 1. If I check, I have this branch 1, git checkout branch 1. Now my branch 1 is my current branch. I have filed this. Let's create file 6, git status. It says that file 6 is there and currently you are on branch 1. And let's add this file to staging area. Using git status, we can see now this file 6 has come to staging area. And let us commit this file. File 6 added in branch 1. Okay, now you have committed the changes. And this is the important part. Now if I say git log, okay, git log -- one line, I find it very easy. So it says that, okay, you have committed some change that is on branch 1. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's move this change from your local machine to your remote repository. For that, since you are already into branch 1, so you can simply run this command git push origin and branch 1, enter. So what it will do is it will push these files from your branch 1 and will create a branch into your GitHub. You see nothing is there. As soon as I refresh, I would be able to find this branch 1. If I click here, I can see, okay, file 6 is also present. Okay, so this is how you can push your changes from local branch to your remote repository. Now, if I would like to delete this branch and try running, let me just clear this first. Git branch -a. So it is showing me, okay, I have remote repository. I have a main branch 1. On my local, I have main. On my local, I have branch 1. First of all, to delete, if I would like to delete this branch and this one, I'll say that, okay, due to some reason, I don't want to proceed and keep this branch. So the step to do that is git checkout. You remember this is something we required. First, we required to change to another branch. Okay. Now we are part of main branch. If I try to delete this, what command I have mentioned earlier is git branch -d and branch 1. Enter. Okay. It will not allowing me to delete it because I have already committed some changes. Okay. Since I committed some changes, that is the reason it is not allowing me to delete this branch. So if I would like to delete this branch, then I require to use the capital D. Okay. This is what I wanted to show you. If there is some changes you already committed, in that case, this particular command will not work. For that, you require to use -D. If I run this one, if I do git branch -a, this branch 1 is deleted from the local machine. Now, but how to delete this remote repository? This is remotely, whereas you were earlier deleting it on your local machine. So this will be deleted using this command, but I would like to tell you here that just be cautious when you would be running this particular command. -delete space branch 1. Enter. So what this has done is it has deleted the remote branch also. If I do git branch -a, I find nothing. Okay, I have only main of my local and main of my remote repository. If I go back to GitHub, let me just switch to main first. I'll just refresh. I don't have any branch 1 here because that has been deleted. Okay. So this is all about git branching, but there is one additional command that comes with git branching is git merge, because that is the primary concept of creating the branch and then merging those changes. Let's first clear our screen. uh, I'll do ls. If you see, I have only these 5 files right now, and let me just create a branch first. Git branch branch1, git branch, git checkout. I am switching to branch 1. This is a branch where I would be making some changes, and let me do ls. Let me create one test file, echo test content test file .txt. I have created this file. I'll do ls. I can see this file, but it is in working tree right now. So I require to run this add command to move it to staging area. Whether it has moved, yes. And now let's commit this changes. Added new test file in branch 1. Enter. If you run git status, it is clean now. And I can see through log, git log -- one line. Okay, it has created new commit ID, and this is the commit message. And if I do ls, I can see this file. Now let me switch to our main branch. Git checkout main. I will do ls. Now you see the difference. This particular file has been committed in branch 1, whereas I don't have this file in my main branch. So what I can do is I can merge this branch with main, and this file will become part of the main branch as well. For that, I require to be into the main branch. So it is more of a pull operation that happens. So it shows me like, okay, I'm in the main branch already right now. So to merge, git merge. Which one? Branch 1. Sorry, branch 1. Enter. So it is, it has, added this particular file into main branch. If I do ls, I can see this particular file in my main branch just to see whether I am in the same branch. Yes, I am in the main branch, and I can see via commit log as well. Okay, so this is the new file that has been added. Now this is a very simple situation where you created a branch, you added some files, and then you merge that particular branch with main branch, and it was pretty much simple. But there are situations where multiple users are working on the same file, on the same code, and at that point the conflicts happen. So let us right now create some conflict deliberately, and then we will resolve the conflict. Okay, so let me clear the screen first, and git branch, and let's go to other user, and we will do some change in a particular file, and we will make the changes in the same file from our user 1 as well. Using git pull command, I will get the latest code. I will do ls. Now the thing is that whatever merging I have done, this happened on my local machine, but I have not pushed it to the remote repository. So remember to push your changes as well. Otherwise it will stay on your local machine only. Origin, main. Okay, this has pushed. If I pull, I should be able to get this particular file now. So I'll do ls. Now the test file is here. Okay, so now this particular machine and this particular machine is in sync right now. But there is one thing, let me just do git, let me delete the existing branch because this has already merged, so it doesn't carry any importance right now. Git branch, I'm into main git branch -d. Since I already merged it, so small d will work here. Enter git branch. Okay. Similarly, let me show you. I don't have any branch here. I have only main branch. Okay. Let's clear the screen here. Let's clear the screen here. So let's do one thing. Let's directly make the changes in the main repository here in the test file. Whereas I will be creating another branch and would be editing this test file, and then we'll try to merge it. Okay. So let me just edit this one. Vi test file, test content is updated by user 2. I'll just amend this line, save it, and git status, git add space dot. Your git status will show me now it's in the staging area. And let me commit this change. Git commit -m amended the description by description of test file by user 2. This. Okay, so if I run this git status, your branch is ahead of origin. This is our remote branch by one commit. So we require to push these changes to the remote repository. How you can do that? Git push origin main, enter. Okay, so these particular changes have been moved to my GitHub repository. Okay, this is amended, and this is a description that I have message I have given while committing the change. Now, so let me go to our first user, and our first user has this file 1, but it is having our earlier content. Git branch 3, let's say. Git branch git checkout branch 3. Now let us see the files. We have test file. What is the content? Content is this one. Let me just update this content. Echo test content from branch 3. And replace this with this content. Now do the cat again. You can see your content has been updated. And if you see git status, this updated content is present in your working tree. For that, git add dot git status. Now git commit -m updated test file in branch 3, enter. Okay, now if you do git log -one line, so I have this new commit ID has been created. Now this is our branch which we created from our main branch. Now before we merge, it's always good practice to have your main branch up to date. Okay, and then you make the changes. Okay, so for that, let's git branch. We are in branch 3, git checkout main. So now we are part of main branch. Okay, now before I do the merge, I need to ensure my main branch is up to date. For that, I will do pull origin main. So it will update the main branch. I'll do ls cat and file name. Now this content, this file you have received from GitHub where user to updated this particular file. Okay. Whereas you have branch 3, you also updated this file in the branch 3. Now let's try to merge this branch with main. We are already into the main branch. So we just require to run this command git merge with branch 3, enter. Now it tried to do auto merging, but it has found the conflict, and it is giving the message here like conflict, merge conflict in test file, automatic merge fail, fix conflict and then commit the result. Okay, so what does that mean is if you run git status command, you will find this particular file in your working tree. If I try to open it, you will find the content where it is observing the conflict. It says that, okay, this is your main branch content and this is your branch 3 content, and this is more of a separator. So which one is correct? You can keep it and remove rest of the content between these arrows, including those arrows as well. So let's say I'll say, okay, remove this one, remove this one, remove this one, and remove this one. I'll say this is the right content and I'm happy with this one, and let's proceed. For that, you can save this file. After that, let me just show you git status. It is still in there. So you don't require to merge command again. You simply require to commit this and push it. So, and what we used to do to push it to a staging area is git add. And after that, we can run git commit -m and resolved conflict on test file. Close, enter. Okay, now you see our git status command, our tray is clean, and we can check the git log online. It says, okay, the conflict has been resolved. Now I can push this change to remote repository. For that, command is git push origin. Okay, so this is how you can resolve the conflict. And if I go and refresh this one, you see, and if I see the content, test content from branch tree, and this is what I did after resolving the conflicts. So conflict as such is not a command. Conflict is a situation where when you merge your branch with main branch, that time the conflict happened, and this is how you can resolve the conflicts. Okay, so next command I would like to show you is git tag command. And what is git tag is, let's understand before that. Let's clear this screen first. Let's run git log --one line. What we are seeing is these are the commit IDs. So instead of commit IDs, you don't remember, okay, which was, there is a description here, but to specify it, let's say to a particular stable version, you would like to give it a tag. Sometimes, when we buy a car, we say that, okay, it's 2018 model. We buy another car, we say that, okay, it's 2022 model. So this is the way you can put some identification, and the command is git tag -a, and tag name, let's say I'm saying, okay, this is my stable version, latest. So I can give as stable version. Ensure there should not be any space. So there should not be any space in the tag name that you are giving, and -m. And what message you are giving? This is stable version, and you require to mention the commit ID. Just I pasted here, press enter. If I run this git log one line command again, now you see something has been added here, the tag. Okay, so this tag has been given to this particular commit ID. Now to see list of all the tags that are present, you can simply run this git tag command. It says that okay, only one tag is there. And in case you would like to delete this tag, the command is git tag -d and this tag name. Enter. Okay, deleted this tag. How to verify? You can run this log command and you see it is no more there. Okay, so this is how you can give the tag. And the next command I would like to show you is show command. It will show the content, basically what has happened because of the commit, or you can see the content through tag also. Okay, so for that, let me just run this tag again. Okay, I have this tag as well. I have commit ID as well. And the command is git show. Just to see the content, I can select the commit ID and click on git show. It says that okay, this particular content, because this particular commit was done by user 2 when that user amended the description of the test file. Earlier the description was test content, and that user updated it to test content is updated by user 2. So this is showing the description. So this is how you can see what exactly has changed as per that particular commit. And even you can see it through tag ID as well. So instead of this commit ID, you can give the tag ID. I'll just say this. It is showing me like, okay, it has resolved the conflicts, and this is the stable version. And if I give this commit ID, the one I have given the tag ID, I will see the same content. So these are the two ways using git show command, and just mention tag ID or commit ID. You can see what exactly has changed through that commit. Okay, so now the next command I would like to show you is git stash command. Let's clear our screen. What we have right now, we have 3 plus 3, 6 files right now. Let's edit file 1. I'll say hello world from user 1. This edit I have done. And second, let me create few files. File X, file Y, and file Z. Okay, I'll do ls. If I run git status command, I will find, okay, I have one file which has been modified, and there are 3 files which are new files, and red means they are part of your working tree right now. Now let's say some important work came up, and what you can do is you can park these files into your stash area. If you run this command git stash, enter, something has been changed. Okay, if I run this git status, you will find like, okay, modified file is no more showing here, whereas new files are still present. Now this is a tricky part. Git stash command only save modified files. It doesn't save new files into stash area. So for storing all the files or new files, we require to use the command git stash -u. Okay. Once you run this command, if you do git status, your branch is clean and these files are part of your stash area. So now you can work on any of other file. Let's say you are working on file 2, doing some edit, and once you commit the change, you would like to work back on these 4 files. Okay, for that, how to pull these files? Before that, let's understand how to see the list of items that are present in stash area. And for that, the command is git stash list. It shows like, okay, it is, there are two lists which are created. Okay, and these files you were making changes on this particular commit. Okay, so what you can do is, and you will see the numbering here 0 and 1. 0 means the latest, and 1 means like, whatever the previous version. Similarly, you can have 2, 3, 4, 5. So how to get these files back into your working tree or staging area is git stash apply, and after apply you need to select this one, item name, enter. As soon as you did, you are able to see, okay, 3 files have been pulled. But remember, our first file, the changed file, went initially into the stash area. This was the file. So to retrieve this file, what I will do is I will just say that, okay, from second item pull the files. Now you see I have both the files. I have files from both the stash items. Git status. Now there is one point I would like you to make a note is, if you still run this git stash list, it will still have these stored as a copy into this stash work item. It is not removed, though you have already recovered, but it has not removed it. For that you require to explicitly clear it. So for that the command is git stash clear. Now if you see run this git list, you don't find anything. So this is how you can clean your stash area using git stash clear command. Okay, so I think this is pretty much on git stash. Let's first clear this. Next command I would like to show is git reset. Okay, let's first run this command git status. So we have 4 files we would like to make changes. Let me just run this git add dot. You are now very much familiar. What it will do is it will move these files from working tree to staging area. Let's say you realize that, okay, you are not ready to commit these files and you would like to make some amendment. For that you can move these files from your staging area to your working tree using git reset command. If I run git reset and file name, it will move only this particular file from staging area to your working tree. If I run git reset, I don't mention any file name, enter, it will move all the files that were present in your staging area to working tree. So this is the main purpose of git reset. And let's clean this one. Now there is another command now I would like to show is git restore. What git restore does is, before that let's show the git status. So we have this modified file and we have new file, and let's say you find that, okay, no, whatever changes you are doing is not right and you would like to restore this file into your original state, whatever the state it was before making the changes. For that you can run this command git restore and this file name, enter. Now if you run git status, this file is no more. Do ls, try to check the content of file 1. It has the old content. Earlier we mentioned like hello world from user 1. So from user 1 is gone. Hello world was the original text which was present, so it is showing there. Okay, so this is about git restore command. Let's clear the screen. Let me run git status again. So I have these 3 files. In case I would like to get rid of these files, that I feel, okay, I don't need these files anymore, the command is git clean -f. This is how you can clean your working tree. Okay, and oh, git clean, basically I mentioned clear. Okay, git clean space -f, enter. So it has removed these three files. If you run git status, you don't find it there. And if you do ls also, you will not find it here. So it has completely removed these files from your working tree as well as from your project directory. Okay, now the last command I would like to show you is about git rm. So let me first clear this. So let us first list down the directory. Okay, in this directory I have 6 files. Let me just try to remove any of the files. Git rm, and let's say we would like to remove 2 files, file 4 and file 5. Enter. If I do ls and run git status, so it has not completely removed it. It is into the staging area. At any point of time, if you feel like, okay, you have removed it by mistake, you can still recover it. Okay. And to recover it, you need to run this command, git restore -- stage. So let me just do that and then I will completely remove it. Git restore -- staged, and let me just recover first one file. Git status, I'll do ls. So this file is there in the working tree. This has still not become part of my working directory or project directory. For that, what I require to do is git restore and file 4. So you have seen, like, there are 2 steps that I require to run. One is git restore from staging to working tree, and then from working tree to my project directory. If I do ls, I am able to find this file 4. Okay, now let's go back and see our git status. So we have this file which has been proposed for deletion. So but for that I require to commit it. So that kind of tracking Git is doing, okay, what exactly you're deleting and what exactly you're keeping. For that, git commit -m, what we are doing is deleting deleted file 5. Okay, and git status, now this is clean. So what I can do is I can push git origin main. Once I will push it, so this particular file will be deleted. And let's refresh this one, and file 5 is gone. So whatever deletion we have done on our local, we have done by pushing those changes, the same deletion happened on the remote repository as well. So this is all I wanted to share in this video, and I have covered all these 20 commands in detail. If you like this video, then don't hesitate in giving it a thumbs up. If you would like to see such more content, then you can subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can take the maximum benefit from this video. Also, I will be sharing the notes of this video on Telegram channel, and from there you can download these notes and try running it on your local machine. So as much experiment you do, the more you will learn. And the Telegram channel link is mentioned here, and you can join. Also, if you would like to provide financial support, then you can donate to our PayPal donation link. So thank you so very much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.